When you walk through the jungle, do you hear its whispers? Beneath the emerald canopy and tangled roots, tales unfold that stir the soul. Some are joyous, some bittersweet, and some are heartbreakingly poignant. In the dense embrace of a primeval forest lived a creature of grace and cunning, a fox. Every day at sunrise, this fox would venture into the heart of the woods to a moss-covered rock. Here, amidst the dappled sunlight filtering through the leaves, the fox would spend hours, its head pressed against the cold stone. It wasn't a resting place nor a hunting ground. It was a place of mourning. This solemn ritual wasn't a recent habit. It had become a daily occurrence that the animals of the jungle witnessed with a mixture of curiosity and respect. But why did the fox come here every day? What sorrow kept it tethered to this spot? Even the wise old parrot, perched atop the tallest trees, couldn't fathom the reason behind the fox's daily anguish. The jungle, with its rustling leaves and babbling brooks, has a way of keeping its secrets close. Days turned into weeks, and the fox's unwavering routine continued, a silent testament to an unknown grief. Yet something stirred within the heart of the forest, a gentle curiosity that urged it to seek answers. One day, an old tracker, his senses as keen as a hunter's, decided to follow the fox's trail. He wanted to understand the depth of the fox's sorrow. As he moved through the undergrowth, the tracker felt a profound sense of empathy for the creature, whose silent suffering had become a part of the jungle's daily rhythm. The fox hadn't noticed him. Lost in its own world of grief, it continued its mournful vigil. And when the tracker finally reached the clearing with the moss-covered rock, what he saw brought tears to his own eyes. It was a trap, a cruel snare set by poachers in their nefarious quest for profit. And at its center lay a small mound of dirt, a silent grave. The young fox, its fur, the color of the setting sun, was trapped here. Its cries echoed in the stillness of the forest. Unable to free itself, it struggled until its last breath, its spirit forever imprinted on the very essence of the woods. The sight of this untouched trap sent a wave of sadness through the forest. The animals gathered, each reacting in their own way. Some cried out in anger, others in despair. But above the din of distress rose the lament of the ancient oak, its voice booming with sorrow. "My child," it boomed, its branches swaying as if in a final goodbye. "Why did you not call out to us? We would have protected you." The young fox looked up, its eyes filled with gratitude, but also regret. "I'm sorry," it whispered, its voice echoing with sadness. "I should have called for help, but fear held me back. I was scared." The ancient oak understood. Fear had gripped the young fox, paralyzing it in its final moments. It had tried to stay hidden, hoping to avoid the danger posed by the poachers. But fate had dealt a cruel hand. As dawn broke, the forest awoke to a chilling sight. The young fox was gone. The poachers had returned in the dead of night and had taken the fox away, leaving behind only an aching void where its spirit had resided. Days turned into nights, and the forest mourned the loss of its young member. The animals gathered around the oak, sharing their grief and their confusion. They couldn't understand why such a cruel thing had happened. Why had the poachers taken the young fox away? What had it done to deserve such a fate? Yet amidst the despair, a glimmer of hope emerged. The forest, in its wisdom, knew that life must go on. The sun still rose and set, the seasons changed, and the cycle of life continued. And so the animals began to return to their daily routines, carrying the memory of the young fox in their hearts. But one creature refused to let go. The fox's mother, driven by an all-consuming grief, remained by the rock. She couldn't accept her child's passing. Every day she came back, hoping to find her cub, only to be met by the same cruel reality. The forest watched, understanding the depth of her sorrow. It had seen countless creatures experience loss, but each story was unique, each grief a melody of despair. The mother fox's sorrow was a haunting tune that resonated through the trees. And then one day, something extraordinary happened. The animals of the forest, led by the wise old elephant, decided to pay tribute to the young fox. They gathered at the rock, each bringing something symbolic. The birds brought colorful feathers, the deer, fragrant flowers, and the elephants, sturdy branches. Together, they created a memorial, a testament to the life that had once played here. The mother fox, unaware of what was happening, continued her vigil. When she finally opened her eyes, she was met by a sight that brought a flicker of hope to her weary heart. Before her stood the assembled animals, their offerings laid out in a silent tribute. The mother fox, overwhelmed, felt a sense of community wash over her. She wasn't alone in her grief. The forest, with all its inhabitants, stood united in their sorrow, honoring the young fox that had become a part of their collective memory. In that moment, she realized that although her cub was gone, its spirit lived on in the hearts of those who had loved it. The young fox, watching from beyond the veil, felt a surge of warmth. It saw the unity, the love, and the respect that its family and friends had for it. And in that, it found peace. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the forest floor, the animals dispersed, each carrying the memory of the young fox. The mother fox, feeling a newfound strength, knew that it was time to move on. Her cub was at peace, and so was the forest. From that day forward, the forest bore witness to an extraordinary bond between a mother and her cub. It was a bond that transcended even death, uniting hearts and touching souls. The young fox might have been gone, but its spirit lived on, echoing through the rustling leaves and whispering grasses of the ancient wood. And so the tale of the young fox became a legend of the forest, a story whispered from generation to generation, reminding all who listened that love, in its purest form, knows no bounds. It echoes through time, touching the hearts of all who hear its tale. If you're still listening, it means that the story of the young fox has touched your heart. In the grand tapestry of life, we often encounter moments that leave an indelible mark on our souls. The story of the young fox is one such tale. It reminds us of the profound emotions that connect us to the natural world and the profound impact our choices can have on the lives of others. As we reflect on this story, let us remember that each creature, great or small, experiences a full range of emotions, including love, joy, fear, and grief. Their lives, though different from ours, are equally precious. Let us also remember that grief in its many forms is a natural part of life. It's in the quiet moments of remembrance and the shared stories that we find solace and healing. If you found solace in this story, or if it stirred emotions within you, please show your support. Your engagement fuels our passion to continue sharing these tales. And so our journey continues with each new story, each new emotion, and each new connection we make along the way.